Hello. Welcome along to episode 230 of Adventures in Pop. My name is Simon Jacobs. And are you in the mood for some magic? Because quite literally, the next single from Goldhawk Foxes, which I am here to talk about today, it is called Magic. And this is dangerous, but in my opinion, it is magic. Look, this is something, I think I've kind of touched on this before, but this is something as a singer-songwriter, and you're putting your music out there, whether it's mine or whether it's Goldhawk Foxes, which is the combination of CJ and myself, you are not supposed to at any point have favorites amongst all the children you spawn, all the different tracks that get onto albums and you release. And if you do have a favorite, the most important thing is not to share that. Keep it to yourself, because by mentioning that one is your favorite, you are, I guess, demeaning in some way all the others. So I take this risk very seriously. I'm very sorry, but I have to tell you that I really like this track. I've always liked it from the moment it was first born, and we finally get it onto an album. It's about to be released tomorrow, the 6th of June 2025. If you're coming to this from another planet or another age, and you've just discovered Adventures in Pop, well, you're very welcome. You've got quite a lot to listen to, I'm afraid, and you've got to listen to all of it in order. No, not really. But let me tell you a little bit about Magic. Okay. It is going to be the ninth single, I think, from the Goldhawk Foxes' our second album. I'm really happy with this because overall, I'm pretty confident that the second Goldhawk Foxes album is as good, in terms of its quality. Probably has a bit of a greater range of styles, but it's a damn good listen. And fairly soon, you'll be the judge of how it stacks up against the first album, because it will be released in the next few months as we get to the end of 12 tracks to be on that album. So this track, Magic, let's talk about this. I had a chat with CJ yesterday, because actually I wanted him to be on this video, but we had a few technical issues, so just let's park that. I had a chat with him yesterday, and I said to him, obvious questions. I said, what does this song mean to you? What was it about when we started writing this? And CJ quite often takes control of some of the lyric writing, particularly getting an idea of what it's about. He likes to paint quite a big picture, even if it doesn't go into the song. He likes to understand the kind of context of the story of every song that we release. So he reminded me, and I do remember this now, he reminded me that this song is basically about that moment. The moment when you meet somebody new and, you're chatting as you do, and there's a spark. That is the magic that we're talking about. The magic is that moment when both parties in this new conversation start to think, oh, that's interesting. Well, I quite like you. And it's a really big moment. It's that moment when you think, oh, I wonder if this little conversation we're having with potentially, kind of a stranger, is this going somewhere? Is this about to be something important? And that's where it can be, so significant in your life. It can be a life-changing moment. It could be a moment that you never remember because it never goes anywhere. So it's one of those, I guess it's a slightly pre-sliding doors moment where, are you going to be going left or are you going to be going right? Because each of those decisions is meaningful and has some impact. So Magic is about the moment when two people get chatting and think, oh, there's a spark here. Something interesting is happening. I like you, and you seem to like me, and blimey, that's interesting. So it's quite an exciting. It in that context, it's an exciting track. Sonically, musically, I think it's all going on here. I would draw attention with that. I'm not going to give you previews of the sound and stuff. I will give you the track. So at the end of this video, you'll get the whole song and its accompanying video. So sit tight, it's worth it. So sonically, it's really interesting because the first verse and the second verse sound quite different from each other. The second verse is the first verse, but sort of hyped up with extra rhythm and a different way that CJ is singing it. And that's really interesting. And the choruses are big, lush, full of harmony moments, and it all sounds jolly nice. There's also, even in this song, dare I draw your attention to it? I think I possibly do. There is a guitar solo. Now, look, we don't do guitar solos very often. You know, I'm generally a little bit, you know, antagonistic towards the old guitar solo. I don't like. I think I was scarred as a kid going to concerts in the 70s and 80s where, you know, a perfectly good song would suddenly fall apart because the guitarist had to have a 12-minute solo. And I couldn't bear it. You know, I just wanted the song as I kind of knew it. And I know that this was kind of the guitarist proving that they're a fabulous musician. I didn't care about that. I wanted the songs. And I kind of took it as read that if that person is up there playing the guitar in this band, then they're probably quite good. So I didn't need to see their, you know, their wonderful excursion into improvisation, because it was often really dull. So look, that's a long way of saying this track does have a very small guitar solo played by me. So it's a very rare thing. So I hope it brings love and joy to the song, rather than everyone just going, oh my God, now's the time to make, you know, a cup of tea. And what else can I say about it? That's, you know, that is it. The video is a bit of a collection of magical kind of things, magical moments. I particularly like in the video, there's a young girl sitting on the floor with a big kind of wizard's hat on, a witch's hat on her head, and she's stirring a cauldron full of black smoke. And I did wonder how smelly that smoke must have been, and whether her clothes needed cleaning. You see, you're not supposed to think about things like that, but I did worry that, you know, she was going to stink after this. But that's quite fun. And I think all that's left really for me now is to share the actual song with you. It's been kicking around for the best part of a year, and I am very proud, and I think CJ is too, to bring you the fabulous magic. So listen, I'll see you very, very soon. You hang in there, have a lovely weekend, and here's some magic. Tell me where you look to find. I am on my grind, right on time, quiet tight, the red is fine. I don't mean to cross the line, I wanna be the one that makes you shine. It's plain to see that you look fine, but look so free, it was your mind that got me without even trying. We can do magic, I know it's true. And if you let me, I'll put a spell on you. We can do magic, both play our part. Keep it real, that's the deal. From the start, we can do magic, I know it's true. And if you let me, I'll put a spell on you. We can do magic. How you make it hard
let me, I'll put a spell on you. We can do magic, both play our part. Keep it real, that's the deal. From the start, we can do magic. I know it's true, and if you let me, I'll put a spell on you. We can do magic, both play our part. Keep it real, that's the deal. From the start.